Terminator. Raiden. Shao Kahn. Charon ship.
Hi everyone, this is Miss Miharu. This video is going to look further into variation 3 of the Terminator, and more specifically his 50-50s. So he has an overhead, forward 2, and a low, forward 3, which comes out in 18 frames and 19 frames respectively. So they're not super fast. What's interesting about them is that because they're very similar in frames, it's actually, at least in my experience, like harder to block than if one of them was like 10 or 11 frames, because then you can fuzzy it. Now you have to react to the animation, and they're quite distinctly different, but 18 and 19 frames is still very hard to react to. So you have these two, and they have pretty much exactly the same range. You can see from starting point, I'll just whiff. And from here I should hit with like both options. So that's also kind of interesting, because sometimes you have an overhead that has a really stubby range and a low which it hits really far. So you can sort of, when you're the opponent, you can sort of guess which option they're going to go for, but now you sort of have to guess or react very quickly to the animation. So the overhead has a string which looks like this. The second part is a grab. It's a high, so if they duck it, they can full combo punish you. So you can get done to crushing blow, and you can just get a jab punish. You can jump as well, but you don't really get a punish. If you do a full jump, if you do a hop, you get a punish, but that's not really a big deal. So yeah, this is not safe, but it's kind of interesting because it works on block. And you can also go into forward 2, oops, close grenade. You can go into forward 2 medium grenade, but I'll show you why you shouldn't do that in a second. So that pops up for a full combo. There we go. You get decent damage off it. I'd say pretty good damage. Terminator gets 25 to 30% out of every touch for a bar. So considering it's off a 50-50, that's pretty good. Because like, yeah, he gets more damage from a standing punish, but you're more often gonna be able to land a 50-50 where they have to guess. So those are your options from the forward 2. The thing about the forward 2 close grenade is that it isn't safe. It's safe-ish. So, oops. That is minus 11 with some pushback. So you can't just throw it out and expect to never get hit by it. But like if you space it correctly, you can see there's a bit of pushback. Most characters won't reach with their jab. If they have fast mid or like a fast jab that reaches a bit further, you will get clipped. That's just the way it is. But it's not terrible, and you can sort of check them. And the interesting part is that they have to guess the 50-50, but after that they have to guess, and they have to make a read on what you're going for. You could probably like block the first part, then neutral duck, like block and try to neutral duck OS. There are two options, but I'm not sure about the timing on that. I'm not sure it's actually doable. What you shouldn't do, however, is just throw out forward 2, because that's minus 17, so that will get you punished. Then you have the low option, that by itself is super punishable, and you have two options which both launch, sorry, they don't launch for a combo, but they are both safe. So this is minus 7, and this is minus 8 with some pushback. So like this, the mid part doesn't really lead to anything, it's just like a knockdown, but this pops them up for a full combo. So out of that, you can do something like that, or you can end in command grab, you can do a lot of stuff. So generally you want to pop up this part, but that has a big old gap in between the forward 3 and the 2. It's a gap you can just jab punish it with any character. It's like a 10 frame gap, or 9 frame at least. So once they catch on to that, you're going to want to check them with this. That still has a gap, but it's much smaller, so if they're trying to go for the timing to catch this, they will get clipped by the 4 in forward 3, 4, which in itself is a crushing blow. Oops. Which gives you some nice damage. And should you use the crushing blow early, or like they guess that you're going to go for 3, 2, and you catch them with the crushing blow and you still want to be a threat, you can still go for 4-3 close grenade. Again, minus 11, not super safe, but not super unsafe either. And that changes up the timing as well. So if they're trying to go for a jab punish on this, or just flawless block the second part, this will mess up their timing. So there's a lot of mind games with him. Every 50-50 has like another 50-50 layer. So not only do I have to guess overhead or low, but when they guess right, they have to make a second read as well. Assuming you have grenades and meter. But like this is best case scenario. This also, of course, works in the corner. One thing to note, however, I find this to be one of the more annoying things with Terminator, is that depending on how they get hit by a grenade, the launch is different. So not only does he has to take into account what range it hits on, that's pops them up higher than that one. But if I hit the overhead, oops, that's a higher launch than if I just hit them with this. As you can see, I can demonstrate it by putting him on block all and then reversal grab maybe. So now he will, oops, he will get hit by the grenade. You can see how far up he is pushed, and compare that to, oh well, I can show it this way. Anyways, compare that to if he's ducking. So for instance, if he's reading the grab part of this and gets hit by this, the launch is not as high. So you have to adjust your combo, which is, it doesn't ruin his game plan, but it's kind of annoying because then you have to on the fly, for instance, if you hit him with the overhead, you can go for a jump in 1 and then do an ender. But now you're usually better off just going for the ender right away. So that's something to keep in mind. That maybe adjust your combos so you don't have to like make them up on the fly. But yeah, that's it for this video. I just want to demonstrate how you can utilize his 50-50s and keep them safe, or at least safe-ish, and just constantly keep your opponent guessing. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm going to keep breaking down version 3 of the Terminator. I think it's a lot of fun. I don't have any gameplay with him yet because I'm like 20-0 in Combat League with him so far. But I'm getting there. I'll I'll get there. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.